Hi, I'm Michelle and welcome to my channel. I always talk about the joys of being solo in midlife, the freedom, the spontaneity, the ability to design a life that's completely your own. And all of that is still true, but here's the part we don't always talk about. Even in the middle of all of that independence and self-discovery, being alone can come with its own set of tiny, sneaky challenges. These aren't big life crises. These are the small daily irritations that can chip away at your energy. The burnt dinner, the jar that refuses to open, the one grocery item you somehow always forget, or the moment your phone decides to glitch right when you need it the most. And when you're living alone, these little things can feel bigger than they should. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because there's no one to hand the jar to, no one to pick up the item that you forgot on their way home, and no one to say, hey, let me help you with that. These tiny stressors that stack up and slowly steal your peace. So let's get into the solutions, the practical hacks that make solo living easier, little adjustments that take the pressure off your shoulders and give you back a sense of ease. The kitchen can be one of the biggest sources of stress when you live alone. You want to eat well, but cooking for one can sometimes feel like more of a hassle than it's worth. So here are a few things that have truly helped me. A simple jar opener, not glamorous, but life-changing. Whether it's arthritis, tired hands, or just stubborn packaging, this removes the struggle instantly. And many appliances, like a slow cooker, air fryer, or single-serve blender. These save time and reduce cleanup and make cooking for one actually enjoyable. Keep easy wins on hand, like frozen vegetables, microwavable grains, and one go-to meal that you can make half asleep. One other thing I do is when I do my grocery shopping, I go to the salad bar and get a salad for that day. I never seem to use all of the salad fixings up before they go bad. And it's also my go-to for already chopped fruits and vegetables if I want a custom amount. And use smaller cookware. A smaller pan cooks faster, and you're not left with a mountain of dishes. This pot and this skillet are just always left on my stove. I use them so often. The goal isn't gourmet meals every night. It's reducing the friction so cooking feels doable, not draining. When you live alone, your devices become your calendar, your entertainment, your communication, and sometimes your biggest frustration. Here's a few simple ways to reclaim control. Turn off your non-essential notifications. You don't need to know every time an app sneezes. And use Do Not Disturb in the evenings. Protect your wind down time like it's sacred. And create a tech reset routine. Once a week, clean up your camera roll, delete junk emails, and tidy up your home screen. And close unused tabs. And don't forget to update passwords and store them safely. There's nothing more annoying than needing to log into something and having no idea what your password is. And put your phone across the room while working or relaxing. Out of sight really does mean out of mind. When your digital world feels organized and peaceful, it's amazing how much calmer your day feels. Another thing we can do is preventing small stressors before they start, like planning for the tiny things that might go wrong before they happen. Ask yourself once a week, what tiny hiccups could get in my way this week and how can I prevent them? You could keep a spare phone charger in your purse or car. Place a sticky note on your front door for things that you can't forget, like returns, groceries, bags, mail. And fill up or charge your car before it reaches a crisis mode. And restock household essentials early, like toilet paper, soap, and trash bags. And keep a frustration drawer, tape, scissors, batteries, a screwdriver, lint roller, super glue, all in one place. And set out what you need the night before. Clothes, water bottle, dog leash, ready to go. Anything that makes mornings smoother. These tiny moves remove decision fatigue, and when you live alone, decision fatigue is a huge source of stress. Not all tiny stresses are physical. Some live quietly in our minds, and here's how to lighten those too. Keep a worry list. Instead of carrying thoughts around in your head, put them down on a piece of paper and create a closing ritual at night. Dim the lights, light a candle, put your phone away, and do a quick tidy. Practice micro breaks, 30 seconds of stretching, looking out the window, petting your dog, and choose one daily calming or mental clarity activity. A walk, a morning coffee ritual, evening reading, something predictable and calming. You'd be surprised how much calmer life feels when you build tiny moments of grounding into your day. We need to talk about support, not in the I need someone to rescue me way, but in the I'm intentionally building a supportive network way. When you live alone, having a team, even a small one, makes such a difference. And your team doesn't have to be all people. It can also include tools that genuinely make your life easier. Your buddy system might include a tech friend that you text when your Wi-Fi crashes, a cooking friend that you swap recipes and kitchen hacks with, or a neighbor or relative that you check in with weekly, or a financial buddy that you talk about budgeting, retirement, or investing. A dog mom who could understand muddy paws, early morning walks, and zoomies at just the worst time. And learning to use apps like ChatGPT or Google AI, these are incredible tools, especially when you're navigating life solo. You literally have a wealth of information at your fingertips. You can ask questions, troubleshoot problems, and get step-by-step instructions. You can even upload a picture of whatever you're dealing with and get detailed help. Think of it as having a 24/7 digital teammate. It doesn't replace human connection, but it removes so much of the guesswork from everyday life. Your buddy system, whether it's a mix of people, tools, or apps, is there to support you. At this stage of life, being solo doesn't have to mean being overwhelmed. It simply means you're in charge, which can be empowering once you have the right systems in place. Independence isn't about doing everything alone. It's about making smarter, intentional choices that support your well-being, whether it's using tools, learning on your buddy system, or setting up routines that make your days run smoother. Solo midlife comes with more freedom, more choice, and more room for personal growth than almost any other time in life. When you remove the unnecessary stress, you create space for things that actually matter: peace, creativity, connection, and joy. So here's your action step. What tiny stressors are you going to tackle this week? And what's one small change that you can make to make your solo life easier? Thank you so much for watching.